What's up, guys? I'm going to be bringing you a brand new video here today, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you guys how to make an update system for your program in Visual Studio. Now, I know I've already made a few of these videos, but a recent viewer wanted me to make or show him how to, or rather he wanted the source code for one of the projects, and I'm going to be doing these videos now. If I'm going to be doing any type of tutorials, I'm going to be including the project so you guys can, download it and look at it and mess with it for, what you need it for. Because I don't know, I don't know why it's hard to follow along in a video. I guess people just want to get the source code and have it into their program, and I don't know, but I'm just gonna include it now just so you guys can have exactly what I was doing in the video, and I'm hoping that's just gonna be a lot easier. But yeah, the recent viewer that I had on one of my videos, on one of the other update system videos, he was asking for the source code and I just did not have it, so I'm gonna actually redo this video and have a brand new system. And in my previous video where I was making an update slash new system, I use Madmilkman.dll, and that's what we're going to be using in this tutorial today as well. It's really awesome, and this is the newest thing that I've messed with, so we're going to be implementing this in our project. So just start a new project or open up your existing project. It's very easy to implement into an existing project, and I'll just do test update system. And it's just going to be a Windows Forms application. And I'm just going to set up the form. It's just going to be, kind of a small window. I'm going to change it to a fixed tool window, and I'll just call it updater. And then I'm going to also put it to center screen, as well as a few other things. I'm not going to change the icon or anything. You guys can do that if you want. And that should be it for the form. Now let's add a few stuff from the toolbox. We're going to add 3 labels. And we're going to change the size to these as 15. Or actually 12. Let's do 12. So this one can be over there, this can be right about there, and that can be right about there. And then we're also going to add 1 button. Here we go. And we can make this a little bit smaller. Whoops. There we go. I know this is kind of a small window, but this is how big I'm doing it for the tutorial. So if you guys want to make your form fancy or whatever, you guys can do that. Check for updates. Okay, and then the next thing we have to do is load up our settings. And we want to create a setting called name as a string, and then version, and then allow update as a boolean, and we'll have that to false. So we have the name of the program, the S version, and allow update. Now the next thing we have to do is just double click on your form, and we are going to import some things. Actually, before that, we need to also download our Madmilkman.dll, and just check your program like that and click install. If you guys watched my previous video, you guys already pretty much know how to do this. And for these videos, guys, I know they're probably going to be long, and yeah, I just want to try to explain it as best as I can. So a lot of these videos that I'm going to be coming out with for tutorials, they might be kind of long. So they're more for people that are just starting out coding, or you know, don't really do it a lot, and that's why I'm doing it kind of with more explanations and stuff like that. Okay, we imported everything that we needed, and now we're gonna also make some variables so we can use them in our program. I'm just gonna dim v as string equal to the application dot product version, and then we're also gonna dim sv as string dim start path as string equal to application dot start path. Sorry about the background noise, guys. My furnace just went on, so if you hear something in the background, that's probably what it is. Dim update config as string equal to, and we're gonna put the application path, or not the application path, sorry guys, I was looking up here. We're actually gonna put, this is where we're gonna be putting the path to our file. So let's do that right now. Let's edit a file. If you guys don't know how to create an any file, just right click, click new, and create a text document, and then save it as an any, and that should work. I'm gonna call this update file. Update file, and then I'm gonna call this, okay, I am failing right now, guys, sorry. Settings, and then we're gonna call this one name equals test, or what did I name this project? Test update system. So test update system, s version equals 1.0.0.0, and then we can also do, what else did I put in here? Oh yeah, allow update equals true. So this will be our update file, and we'll just click save, and we'll reopen it to make sure that it is edited, and it is. Now I'm just going to open up my FileZilla, connect to my website, go into the DL test for YouTube, and I'm going to just drag this right into here, and then I'm going to right click and copy URL, and then I'm going to minimize this and go back into here, and I'm just going to paste it in here and make sure that the link is HTTP, and there's the link to my update test any, and we can refer it as update config in our programming. So the first thing we want to do is create a public sub download config, just like in my previous tutorial, and then in a public sub load config, and then we'll put this in our download config. So threading .thread .sleep So I put these in there right away because we want to do this as soon as the program starts. So when Form 1 loads, it's going to download the file, give it time to download it, and it's going to sleep for 2 seconds, and then it's going to load the file, and we're going to get information out of that file. And the next thing we have to do is, actually, let's change these to name, and the actual name of it to name as well, or actually name one, because there's going to be some errors when we try to run that. So just name it name one, or whatever you guys want to call it. This one will be called version and the text of it will be version. And then this last one will be, let's see, oh yeah, server version. And then we'll just call this S version. And then this one, we'll just call this update. The button will actually just be called update. So, and there we go. We have everything set up so we can refer it into our programming. And then the first thing we want to do is do name1.text equals name semicolons and do a space and then we're going to do my.settings.name.to string. And then the next thing we want to do is do version.text equals version semicolon space and v, and then s version dot text equals check for updates. Check for updates, or check for update. Let's just say that. So let's also bring in our update click here. So in the download function, we want to actually download the file. So we can do try, and then if file.exists start path and data, and then I believe ours was called update test.any, update test.any, and then file.delete, and we are deleting this file just so we can re-download the newest one. And then we're gonna do my.computer.network, .download file, and we're gonna just do update config, because we already declared update config as this link, so it knows that's where the thing's gonna be. And then start path is where we want to download it to, but we want to also download it into a directory called data, and then name it as update test.any, and then we want to make this false, and then a timeout of 3000, which is 3 seconds, and then we want to put in an else statement and then just copy this same code into here. So this is basically just like the last tutorial. We're going to try to check if the file exists. If it does, we're going to delete it and re-download it. And if it doesn't exist, we're going to skip that and just download it anyways. So we have a new file. And we're just going to do a message box.show just in case if there's an error. The only error that really will pop up is if maybe the folder doesn't exist, or if the file location on the internet, like where this is located, if that doesn't exist. So to do this right away, because it's gonna throw an error. Whoops, I didn't mean to clean build that. Rebuild. We want to actually open up our project in our folders, go into the release and create a data folder. Oh, whoops. Okay, over here, sorry, I had it on my other screen. Just create a folder in your data folder or in your project folder and call it data. And then inside here is where we're gonna have the file be downloaded. And I'll just leave this open over here and we can look at that when we download that file. Now the load config is very simple. We're just gonna dim any as new any file, and then we're going to do a try statement, and we're going to do any dot load, and then start path and data, and then update test dot any. Sorry guys, I cannot type. And then the next thing we want to do is dim in as string, dim au as string, and dim svr as another string. Actually, au is not a string. I just forgot that we want this to be a boolean, because this is going to be the actual variable of if we want to allow an update. So all I did was dim in as name, so that's what n stands for, allow update, and then server version. That's all. I just made it up in my head right now, so that's what I did. You guys can dim it however you want. So n equals any dot sections dot or it's not dot, sections, and then I think it was settings dot keys, and then name, and then we want to grab the value of that and then to a string, and then my dot settings dot name equals n. Good. And then au, whoops, I didn't mean to, au equals any dot sections settings dot keys. It's not actually name, it's allow update, I believe. And then it is dot value. We don't want to do it to a string because it is actually a boolean, so we do not want to throw an error by doing it as a string, because it will not work. My dot settings dot allow update equals au, and then the last thing is svr equals any dot sections dot no, not dot, I keep on doing that, I don't know why, settings, and then dot keys, and then svr gen dot value dot to string. Now this is where I'm getting it, guys, right here. So we're looking in this section, so every time we look in a section it's always going to be settings, unless we have, you know, a brand new section called test or something. So then we'll change it in here, and then we'll look for variables under test. But we're looking for settings, the name of it, so we got that value and we set it to this setting. S version is down here, and then allow update is up there, and remember we wanted it to be to a value, not as a string, or it will not work. And then the next thing we have to do is just do my dot settings dot s version equals svr, and then my dot settings dot save, so we want to save all that stuff that we just did. And that's pretty much it. Now we just need to implement it. So where I'm about to code this in the update button, when we have to click this button, you can do it into the form as well. Just do it before this line right here, like right in this section, because yeah, it will just work better that way. But it will work way better if you actually do it to a button. So try if, if my dot settings dot allow update equals true, then sv equals my dot settings dot s version, and then s version dot text equals server version semicolon and then SV, and then this is where we want to check to see if the server version is greater or less than the version of the program. Message box dot show, and we want to say there is an update. Please click OK to download now. And then we want to go and add it as an information message box. So now we'll have this tell us that there's an update. The next thing we want to do is do an else statement. So it also does some logic about saying that the update system is not available, because we can also say that it's not available by it being that boolean in that file. So let's do that right now. If service is not available, and then updating, updating is offline, and then message box buttons dot OK, and then message box icon dot warning. So let's try to run this and let's see if it will all work. So if we start this right now, it'll actually download this file. There it goes. And here is the program. Now it did run off the screen, so I'm going to make it just a little bit bigger for you guys so we can actually see it. So hopefully that's big enough. And as you guys can see, it'll delete this and download a new one. Okay, so if we click check for update, it'll just bring in the server version as 1.0, and since they matched, nothing will pop up as, you know, anything that's bad. Let's close it and let's re-edit this file. And I'm going to change this to false. So let's say you want to make it where your update system does not allow your users to update the program because it, you know, it's under maintenance or something. So let's just run it. And if we check for update, it'll throw a message box saying, hey, the update system's offline. So updating is offline, sorry, update service is not available. If you click OK, it just keeps on doing the same thing. Now let's close it and edit it one more time. Let's change this to a 2, and now let's re-enable updating, and let's click save, click OK. There's the file again, but it will be deleted once we run this. I want to try to show you guys. Okay, let's put it down here, and then once I run this, it'll delete it and re-download it real quick. Okay, it's probably so fast that you guys can't really tell, but when we click check for update, it will say that there's an update and show that its server version is 1.2. So there is an update. Please click OK to download now, and we can just add in logic for it to be, you know, if we click that, we can just click underneath here and say process.diagnostics, I believe, or is it diagnostics.process? Diagnostics.process.start, and then you can do a link to your download page, or you can just, for an example, I'll just do google.com. Save all, and if we do this, it should go to google.com. Okay, for some reason it says you'll need an app to open this HTTP. Oh, sorry. There we go. It wasn't actually a link. Whoops, I don't want to do that. Okay, save all. Let's rebuild one more time. Let's click start. And after I click OK, it should load up google.com. And that's telling me my browser just opened. And here's google.com right here. And it opened up Google. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. It's pretty basic. You can definitely make a better update system, but this is a very easy and interesting way to do it, because, you know, like I said, I've been using this any file by Madmilkman or whatever, and it's really awesome. I would highly recommend downloading it and trying it out. But yeah, it's an easy way, and I just really like it, and I think I'm going to be adding in this type of stuff in a lot of my programs. But I hope you guys enjoyed. This is the update system, so yeah, just like how you guys just seen, you can check for an update and it will, you know, say that there's an update or not, and you can control if the user can actually get to the update server, so if it allows them to even check or not. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like, and if you like any of my content or my tutorials or my gameplay or anything on my channel, please subscribe. It helps me out a lot, and that lets me know that you guys enjoy my content. But thanks again, guys, and peace out.